The forest, locally known as Forest of Lost Souls, is a place full of urban legends and scary stories. Despite warnings from the residents of the nearby town, the three friends, Lucas, Anna, and Rafael, decide to ignore the rumors and camp in the heart of the forest. Lucas, the leader of the group, is skeptical and practical, always looking for logical explanations for everything. Inna, the most sensitive and intuitive of the group, has felt a strange energy in the air ever since they arrived. Rafael, the most easygoing of the group, tries to keep the mood light, but soon realizes that something is deeply wrong with that place. The first night at the campsite is calm, but small details start to draw their attention. The sound of branches snapping in the distance, shadows that seem to move between the trees, and a deafening silence that falls over the forest, as if all the animals had fled. Inna is the first to notice that something is wrong. She wakes up in the middle of the night with the unsettling feeling that she's being watched. When she looks outside the tent, she sees a tall, dark figure standing among the trees, motionless as if it were waiting. Lucas tries to convince her it's just her imagination, but he himself begins to feel a growing sense of unease. Rafael, initially skeptical, starts hearing whispers coming from nowhere, indistinct words that seem to echo inside his mind. The three of them try to rationalize their experiences, but the oppressive atmosphere of the forest begins to affect them deeply. As the days go by, the unexplainable phenomena intensify. The tents are found dismantled in the morning, as if someone or something had been tampering with them during the night. Personal belongings vanish and reappear in strange places, as if they were being moved by invisible hands. Anna begins having vivid and disturbing dreams in which she sees a shadowy figure drawing closer and closer, whispering words in an unknown language. One night, the three friends decide to explore the forest in search of answers. They come across a clearing where the trees seem to form a perfect circle, like a ritual site. In the center of the clearing stands a large, flat stone, covered in ancient symbols and carvings that seem to faintly glow under the moonlight. Enna feels a strange pull toward the stone, as if it's calling to her. Lucas and Rafael try to pull her away, but she insists on touching the cold surface of the stone. The moment her hand touches the stone, a wave of dark energy spreads through the clearing. The wind starts to howl, and the whispers that were once only audible in Rafael's mind now echo throughout the forest. The shadows around them seem to come to life, twisting and moving in an unnatural way. The three friends run back to the campsite, but the feeling that something is watching them never fades. As night falls, the presence in the forest grows bolder. The shadowy figures that once stayed at a distance now draw closer, always on the edge of their peripheral vision. Enna begins to see reflections of herself in the trees, but her image is distorted, as if it were a corrupted version of who she truly is. Lucas tries to stay calm, but even he begins to hear the whispers, which now seem to be trying to communicate directly with him. Rafael, the most affected by the forest's energy, begins to act strangely. He speaks in an unknown language, and his eyes seem to glow with a strange light at certain moments. Enna and Lucas try to help him, but he insists that everything is fine, that he finally understands what's happening. He says the forest isn't evil, it just wants to communicate. The tension reaches its peak when the three friends realize they are trapped in an endless cycle. No matter where they go, they always end up back at the clearing with the ritual stone. The shadowy figures are now everywhere, always moving, always watching. Inna begins having visions of a distant past, where the forest was a place of sacrifices and ancient rituals. She sees people being taken to the clearing where something dark and ancient awaits them. Lucas, desperate, tries to destroy the stone, but each time he approaches, an invisible force pushes him back. Rafael, now completely under the control of the entity that inhabits the forest, tries to convince them to accept what is happening. He says the entity doesn't want to hurt them, it just wants to be free. In the end, the three friends realize they cannot escape. The forest has chosen them, and the entity that dwells there will not let them go. Henna, Lucas, and Rafael are forced to face their worst fears as the dark presence tests them in increasingly disturbing ways. They discover that the entity feeds on their fear, and the more they try to fight it, the stronger it becomes. The story ends with the three friends still in the forest, trapped in an endless cycle of terror. They are not dead, but they are not alive either. They are trapped in a limbo, where the line between reality and nightmare completely dissolves. The forest has consumed them, and now they are part of its dark history.